ET Now has learned from sources that a US trade team is likely to visit India on August 25th. This will be the sixth round of talks that will happen between India and US regarding this trade deal. My colleague Sumita Karir is joining in with more details on this visit.
That's right. In fact, President Donald Trump has stated last night that India may be hit with a tariff rate of 20% to 25%, but he cautioned that a final levy had still not been finalized as the two countries are still in the midst of negotiations for a trade deal. Remember, that is ahead of an August 1 deadline. Two reporters, while on boarding his plane, he stated, "I think so," when asked whether it was possible for a tariff rate for New Delhi. He said that India is, although a good friend, but it is charged basically more tariffs than almost any other country. He also stated that you cannot just do that. So that is the big takeaway. That, remember, is more of a threat on the kind of tariffs that the United States or Donald Trump particularly will be looking at putting on India. But remember, negotiations are currently on for the first tranche of the bilateral trade agreement to be completed by fall this year. So, of course, one can't be sure, one can't be certain about the rate of tariffs that will be imposed upon India, but certainly the focus has shifted. The focus has moved more towards completion of the BTF, the bilateral trade agreement, the first tranche of it by fall this year. And given the fact that we're just perhaps hours away from that August 1 deadline, so an interim trade deal at this point could perhaps be ruled out. Moreover, we are also given to understand that a trade team from the United States will be traveling to India in the second half of August. We're given to understand from sources that the date remains 25th of August. This is for the sixth round of negotiations between India and the United States. Remember, for the fifth round of talks, an Indian team led by India's chief negotiator Rajesh Agarwal traveled to the United States. Remember, the challenges pertaining to this particular negotiation have been around agri-dairy and GM crops, as India has not opened its market for any of the other trading partners, for any of the other FTA deals as well, and the more recent UK-India FTA deal as well. Dairy has not really been touched. So definitely it remains to be seen whether there's going to be some sort of a tariff announcement. Is it going to be the tune of what Donald Trump has stated, or will it be less than that?
Thanks, Sumita. That means there is another round of negotiations that we will have to watch out for as far as the India-US trade deal goes. Moving on.